Hi grade 4s! I hope you're having a great day so far. Today's lesson is going to be about equivalent fractions. All that means is fractions that are the same because sometimes they equal each other, and you'll find out how. So the first thing you're going to want to find is you have a pretty colored printout of fraction strips that look something like this, but much nicer and more colorful. And it shows you the breakdown of fractions of the same size. So a whole, or halves, or thirds, quarters, fifths, sixths, sevenths, and so on. And you're going to use that as a reference sheet to make your own fraction strips. So one thing I'm going to say before you get started, because you only have one package of colored papers, is it's very, 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 very important that they are the exact, not exact, but pretty close to, the same size. So if I have my fraction strip and I make my cut here to cut it in half, that's not a fraction. That's two pieces of paper and one's a lot bigger than the other. So if your fraction is an even number, like halves, I can just fold it in half. If it's fourths, I can just fold it in half again. Now I can cut it into fourths. 1, 2, 3, 4. If it's eighths, I can just fold it in half again. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces, and so on. The ones that are going to be a bit trickier are the ones that are odd numbers. So you have to find a way, and I don't remember, and I'm at home now, so I can't even check how long I made these fraction strips, but if they happen to be the same size as your reference sheet, which I don't know if they are, then you can easily just make the lines where they did. If they're not the same size, then you'll have to be very careful with the odd numbers. Maybe you measure your strip and practice your division skills. So if your strip was 10 centimeters and you were splitting it into fifths, maybe you did every 2 centimeters because 10 divided by 5 is 2. So you have to figure out a way to make sure that they're equal. Draw lines with pencil first and then cut last, just in case you make a mistake, and maybe get someone at home to check that you've split them equally. Then what you're going to do is you're going to use these to complete your math challenge. I would like to see who can come up with the most equivalent fractions. Now I'm going to tell you what an equivalent fraction is. So here I have my strips with 1/2, so I split it into 2, and then I have my quarters. And if you notice, 1/2 and 2 quarters, they are the same size. If you match them up, they would equal the same amount. I did a bad job cutting, so mine aren't perfect, but yeah, that's the idea. 1/2 is the same as 2 quarters. It's the same size. So in my notebook, I have written 1/2 is equal to or the same as 2 quarters. Now, does that make sense? Let's see. If we had a pie and I asked for half of it, I would get this much. If I asked for 2 quarters of it, 1, 2, I would get the same amount. So these two fractions are equivalent fractions. So I want you to go through your fraction strips and find as many equivalent fractions as you can. And then let me know how many you found. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.